Jane Greer here at Stylish Fireplaces, introducing you to the improved version of the Napoleon Entice. If you're in the market for an electric fireplace, be sure to subscribe so you catch all of our videos and our fireplace reviews. The Entice is not a new product. It's been around for a few years, but Napoleon recently updated it, made a few changes, important changes to the flames. So previously the Entice had orange and blue flames, and you could combine them or run them separately, but basically you had 3 options for the flames. We now have 10 flame colors, so I can cycle through any of the 10 colors and set it where I like it. And it also has ember bed colors, which is not new. It had ember bed colors before, so I can cycle through those. And I can dim those ember bed colors as well. The background of the flame, so the flame style is new and improved. The background is also changed. So the background is now reflective, and so it makes the fireplace look deeper, and it makes the flame look like it's closer to the middle of the fireplace instead of sitting at the back. The previous background was just a matte black. So those are the changes. What hasn't changed is it is a linear profile. It's designed for a lot of different installation options. So we have hung ours on the surface of the wall, as you can see, and that is an option. I can put this fully flush into a 2x6 wall, and if I do that, this side trim piece has to be removed, and then I would put it into a 6-inch deep opening. If I'm only working with a 4-inch deep opening, I leave this side trim piece on and put the back 4 inches of the fireplace into the wall. So lots of versatility for installation. It does have a heater, of course, like most of our electrics. This is a 120 volt fireplace, so the heater will max out around 5,000 BTUs, which means it'll warm up about a 400 square foot area. And of course, I don't have to have the heater on to have the flames on, and that's true of any electric fireplace. Because it has a heater, this should have a dedicated circuit. So it should have its own circuit breaker on the electrical panel. It can plug into a regular outlet. It can also be hardwired, but either way, if you don't have a dedicated circuit, you may have to test your heater functions and see how high you can go before you trip that circuit breaker. So do try to have a dedicated circuit breaker and consult an electrician on all of that. So this is, I've got crystals in the ember bed. Those are included with the fireplace. If I want something other than crystals, Napoleon makes a birch and a driftwood kit that each of those comes with river rocks. I can order that separately to fit inside this fireplace. The crystals are what are going to come in the box with the fireplace. We've talked about the flame colors and the installation options. Heat is going to blow out the top here across the top of the glass and into the room, and I can control everything on my remote. So I have a thermostat setting on the remote to control the heater, so set it and forget it. I also have a timer function, so if I want this to turn off automatically because somebody might forget to turn it off, I can set the timer, and when the timer elapses, off it goes and the whole thing will turn off. It also has a flame speed, so I can change the speed of the flames. I can slow them down and speed them up according to my personal preferences and set it the way I like it. So there is a ton of functionality on this Entice fireplace, as there was in the past. What's new is the flame effect, the flame colors, the flame backdrop, and the flame shape and style. Other fireplaces that I would compare this one to, any 6-inch deep linear electric, so the Dimplex Ignite XL series, the Dimplex Ignite Evolve series. Modern Flames has their Landscape Pro Slim, and Amante has the Amante Symmetry Lumina, which is 6 inches deep. If I'm looking for a 4-inch deep fireplace, so I'm going to semi-flush install this one, and I want to compare to 4-inch deep fires, the Modern Flames Spectrum Slimline, the Dimplex PLF series, and the Symmetry Slim would all be 4-inch deep fires. So lots to compare this to and decide which one works for you. You can find all of those at stylishfireplaces.ca. You can search by brand or search by style and look for linear in-wall fireplaces.